Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Facing the Music with Terry Oldfield. My name is John Valdivia, producer at idesound.com. This series, curated from candid conversations, will introduce a return to the mystery and wonder of existence, as well as our necessity to confront ourselves. We shall also feature selected pieces from Terry's extensive musical anthology. In this episode, Terry talks about human suffering and the role of art and creativity to help us recognize and navigate our pain. Welcome to Facing the Music.
Here we have an interesting thing which comes in, and that's the recognition from others of the beauty in the music. I think the human race essentially is in a deep state of turmoil on a very deep level. Fear, sorrow, there's a lot of that in the depths. And when that is given expression from an authentic place, it gets recognized, and that could explain the enormous success of something which suddenly hits the spot with people. It suddenly hits in the same place as it's coming from. It's coming from that sense of disturbance, and it gets recognized on a really similar level. How to navigate the pain is quite a good way of describing it. Normally we try to escape the pain through creating this security that we were talking about earlier. We look for guidance from others. How do I get out of my suffering? How do I escape the pain? And for some of us, that artists or whatever, they put that into their creation. Unless you have that intensity which comes through life experience and that triggers a deep sense of chaos, emotional chaos, it stirs the pot. You have to get all the flavors from the bottom of the pot rise to the surface. You have to stir it, Otherwise, if you leave the pot, everything settles to the bottom. And the flavors that come from deep, intense connection with life experience bubble up into something which can be beautiful. Especially if there's a kind of desperation in there which is just needing to be expressed. Everything around you in your life now needs to be accepted, needs to be gone through, needs to be absorbed. Because I consciousness will not let you go until you have it. We keep thinking we've escaped, but actually we just created another scenario where the same thing will happen. This is why people move into relationship after relationship. They get through the romantic phase, and then when they are asked to go deeper, they can't, so they move on to another romantic phase. We have an experience and we then keep looping. That's why we keep rereading that page in that particular book, because it helped, Or I've got to go and do another one of those weekend courses because, wow, that was really good. But it didn't last. This is the surface repetition of humanity, which is happening in wars, the constant recreation of colonizations and all that sort of stuff. I was just having a conversation with Sarah about this, that until we really see that we are not separate from all that, there's no transformation possible, because we're constantly looking out there for something to blame us or looking for a reason for everything. If I'm actually the reason, I don't have to look any further. It's the end of the search. The end of the search happens when you arrive as a human being on this planet. You arrive fully as a human being on this planet. The total incarnation. Fully incarnated means you are totally in a place of no resistance to anything that's going on. Which means you're no longer in fear and you're no longer in trepidation as to what might happen in the future. There's no solution to life because life's an ongoing thing until it isn't. The whole thought process, what is the mind? It's a problem solver, you see. It's looking for problems. It's looking out for you. It's always looking out for you. Using memory to recognize everything around you so that it can see danger, so that it can help with solutions to practical problems. But it has no place. It has no place in the ongoing present moment. That is eternity. And everything in thought is old. It may try to create newness from the old, but it's just a remix, constant remix of an old melody. This is why most people don't write more than one piece of music. Everything is spun out from that initial inspiration. The most powerful thing is emptiness, because that emptiness will be filled. But if we're already full, nothing can come in, you see. And the emptiness only comes through no longer being caught up in something which is trying to survive all the time. We defend our beliefs to the hilt, don't we? It was definitely the book Freedom from the Known by Krishnamurti that I don't know what I read, but something in that gave me my day in Bombay, day of freedom from the known. And that's somewhere in that lies the Ariadne thread that gets you back out of the labyrinth. If you can keep that thread, a bit like the breadcrumbs with Hansel and Gretel, the way out of the labyrinth is somehow in the traces lie between the words, that lie between the lines, in the spaces, basically, in the gaps. The guidance always comes through the gaps. So when you give up, normally you get whatever it was you were trying to get. And that's a common experience in life. Oh, give up. Here you are then. There you go.
Thank you for listening to Facing the Music. We want to extend our gratitude for your company today. For enriching context and further insight into our series, do visit ithesound.com/Terry. We have provided all the pertinent information in the description. For those interested in delving deeper into Terry's compelling journey, his biography, Only Now, is readily available on all major online bookstores. It is an intimate and insightful account of a life dedicated to music and spiritual awakening. Lastly, please visit terryoldfield.com to stay up to date with Terry's latest endeavors. Once again, thank you for your time. This is John Valdivia from ithesound.com.